Alright guys, so still contemplating how I'm gonna present this video. Still a lot going through my head how I should um do this video, how I should narrate it. This is day let's see, man. Sorry, my head's all over the place right now. It's so I don't know, man. This is day 10 of my challenge of day 10 of NoFap, No Not November. Um and sorry. Um and I nearly failed just a couple minutes ago. Again, this time was different, and I'm gonna share with y'all in as much detail as I can for the sake of accountability for myself and for anyone else who might go through this. Maybe can help them. So first off, I haven't failed the challenge yet. I haven't done it, but I was very close. And the thing is with me, and here's where I'm gonna get into it, and get pretty deep, I guess, without getting too graphic, for the sake of for the people watching, and to get the message and not to get lost in the details. But and I'm sharing this because again, it's a form of self accountability, and I'm trying to hold myself accountable. Anyway, so here we go. In the past, when I've attempted to go on long periods of time without masturbating, without watching porn, I remember the longest I think I ever did was 6 months, back when I was like 16, maybe, back when I was finding God. And I do that because, not to mock any religion or to mock God in any way, but I don't think what I found necessarily might have been God. It might have been a feeling that I self created. I could be wrong, but anyway, so I found God and I went 6 months without doing it. And the time I did it after the 6 months, it didn't happen to where I did it and that was it. It was things leading up to it and to where I got to the point where I just gave up because it was getting so hard. The temptation was so hard and drawing me so close to just do it, just do it, just do it. You're right there. I just wanted to feel it and I did it. And I would do this by, again, I wouldn't just be like, oh, whatever, screw it, I'm gonna start jacking off. I'm gonna go load up my porn, my favorite porn category, I'm just gonna do it. It would be me slowly and steadily fighting off while giving an inch more and more and more closer to doing it. And that's been happening to me to this day, ever since I started this challenge. Only 10 days in, but I've had days where I've been really close to doing it. And so this happened back to the story when I was 6 months, hadn't done it, 6 months no fap streak, and I was starting to do it. It gets to the point where I get, my brain convinces me to do other things that are self pleasurable, but not necessarily jacking off, not coming. And I would do this over and over again, over and over, torturing myself until that wasn't enough, and I still needed that feeling once you nut, and I would finally do it. And this has happened several times. I remember shortly after, later in that year, after I had failed, I started a no fap streak again. I think it went like 3 or 4 months this time, but I messed up, and again, it was something caught my eye on the internet. That was all I was thinking about. Doing this, doing that, doing things that aren't considered no fap ending, but it is stimulating me sexually, if that makes sense. And I'm doing it and doing it until I finally cannot take it anymore. I'm evidently torturing myself, and then I finally do it. I jerk off, I release, and that's been my story every time I've tried to do no fap for a long extended period of time. Every single fucking time I've never been able to just Don't do it. Stay away from the temptation. Once I give in, once I give that slither of, okay, I'm just gonna stroke it for a little. I'm not gonna nut though. Then it turns to that, to stroking it until I nearly nut. Doing that a couple of times. Then doing this, doing that, until it becomes too much and I just have to do it. And I've always failed. I've always done it. This happened again today. And when I say it couldn't have gotten worse than what the worst case scenario happened, if you would ask me, what's the worst case scenario that could happen today? Besides the fact that I did it. I didn't do it. Again, I'll repeat, I didn't do it. But I was this fucking close again, and it was the same thing I've done all my life. And I'm not gonna lie, looking at the time right now, I think it was around an hour and a half that I was torturing myself mentally, emotionally, physically, and I was doing other things to stimulate me, and I could not stop, and I almost did it again. I was this close. Went away, went back to do it almost again, almost again. Did that a couple of times. And today was extremely bad. I'd done things I've never done before, and I'm not ashamed that I did them. I'm more ashamed that I was letting myself do these self-pleasurable acts. And just sneakily in the back of my mind thinking, oh, okay, once I do this and this and this and this, it's going to escalate and I'm finally going to do it because the temptation is too strong. So that I am disappointed in. I'm disappointed I let myself get to that again. I will say what I'm not disappointed in is that I didn't do it. I hope this didn't happen. I'm not going to make this sound like, oh, I hope this happened, but part of me is very proud of myself for doing it, for not doing it, in that sense. Again, I didn't want this to happen. If I could rewind, I wouldn't have started in the first place. But the fact that I was this close, and for a second in my mind, the thing that was stopping me from doing it every single time was, I can't do it. I'm on this challenge. I'm posting for YouTube. I'm doing it for the guys. I'm doing it for myself. I'm trying to show that I can do this. That was the thing. I'm gonna complete this 30-day challenge. I'm gonna complete this 30-day challenge. I'm talking. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and I can't mess up now. It got to a point I was down fucking bad, and I was about to do it. I was this close, and for a millisecond in my mind, what went through my head was, I'm doing this challenge. I've failed before. So what's the point of failing again? I've done this before. And for the people that are watching, no one's even watching, you know? And all those immediately went through my head for about a second. And my brain was telling me, just do it. There's no point. No one's watching these videos anyway. The most views of this series has gotten to like 50 views or something. Most of the videos are getting one view, which is myself. No one's watching this. No one cares. No one's gonna know. And part of it made sense, for sure. I'm not getting a lot of views on my videos still. I'm still a small YouTuber. But something told me, and something I couldn't bring myself to do it. My brain made perfect sense to me in that moment, like it did every single time before. This time I did not do it. And again, I am proud of myself for not doing it. I am not proud of myself for letting it escalate this much. Again, this is not a good thing. It is good that I didn't end up nutting at the end, if that makes sense. And yeah, so again, this is only day 10. I try to share as much as I can right now. It's very, what's the word, vulnerable, but I'm trying to be as truthful as possible. Part of me was thinking of not even mentioning this at all because I was slightly embarrassed. But I want to be truthful. I wanted to be authentic. And this is what I went through today. Just right now, literally. Like 20 minutes ago. And yeah, I was close again. But I haven't done it. And I got 20 more days to go. So this has been my longest video just because of everything I've explained. Um, I guess that's it for now. If you are watching this video, please pray for me. I'm struggling. I still got 20 more days, and yeah, it's like daunting at this point. Very daunting, very intimidating. But I'm gonna try my best not to do it. I'm gonna try my best from now on not to even give myself an inch, because once you give someone an inch, once I give my inner self, my lower self, that pleasureful inch, it'll take a mile. And I can't keep doing that, so I need to stop indulging any thoughts at all. Hopefully I can do that. But again, I hope this video helped anyone else who's experienced this. Anyone else who kind of does what I does, like kind of what I do in the past, is that I self pleasure myself to the point where I'm not doing it right, but I'm still pleasuring myself in other ways which aren't necessarily productive or good. Self pleasure is not really a thing most people should try to attain and to do on a regular basis, just period. So if you struggle with what I've struggled with in the past, let me know down below. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way and does this, but yeah, let me know down below if you guys struggle with this. If you guys are still on No Nut November, if you guys are on NoFap and just you happen to come across this video, you're not doing No Nut November, but you've been doing NoFap and you're still going, or if you failed, just let me know down below any advice, tips, insights, thoughts that you have. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, and that's it. So, day 10 almost complete. Still got the night to go through. It's about 6 a.m., 6 p.m., I'm sorry, right now. So, yeah. But today was um, interesting to say the least. So, this has been your boy Hercules. I'll see y'all tomorrow on day 11.